Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast, the movie, the official one, hosted by me, the one and only Chris. I am he who is him, me. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. You know, I'm rambling, and I know why, because of my guest today. He's a rambler, okay? So, therefore, I feel like I can ramble. But this is episode number 35 of Casting for Two. Before I talk about my guest, I'd like to talk to you guys about 5-4 Club. 5-4 Club is a great place to grab clothing for $60 a month. They send you $60 worth of clothing every month. So if you are busy like me and want to fill your closet up with some cool shirts, make you look stylish, 5-4 Club is the place to do it. 54club.com. Go to it, and there you go. So my guest today is an old friend. His name is Jeremy Klassen. If you haven't heard of him, that's because I don't know, he's my friend. And if you know my friends, then good for you, but he's my friend. So, Jeremy and I are co-conspirators in the world of film. And we used to have a podcast before this one, which I've talked about, called There's a Monkey in My Soup. And it was good to talk to him again. I haven't talked to him in a long time because him and Johnny got so busy, so I started this show. So you can thank him for this show, kind of, for getting busy. So, but enough talk. Let's get this episode started. So sit back, relax, and Chris, cue the music, please. I got news for you. It's already happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, hello, everybody out there.
No, don't say hi to people.
Why not? I wanna introduce myself.
Because they're not. No, I've already introduced yourself.
Oh yeah, you do
yeah.
And introduce me. You're like, this is a jackass named Jeremy.
Yeah, it's already done.
Well, shit. Never mind. This is like the worst open to a podcast. Can you hear me? Do I sound slow?
It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
A cheese thing last week.
What cheese thing?
Bobcat's whole thing about is like getting his pizza cheese or whatever.
Oh. His cheese. His cheesy bread. Did you just wake up?
Yeah.
Okay, you're very neutral.
Well, it's also because I can hear myself. I usually can't hear myself.
Why? I don't get why that's throwing you off.
I don't know. You don't know this about me. I hate the sound of my own voice. Like, I hate it.
Okay.
I can't stand it. So, like, right now, for some reason, it's coming through louder in my right headphone. So now I only have my left headphone in, so I can still hear you, but trying not to hear myself. But it's like faintness of myself behind my head. And it's a little bit, like, behind. So it's freaking me out. Like, if it was on, I could just hear my voice. That'd be a different story, but it's a little bit behind. And so I just don't like it's just weird. I'll get my energy up for you in a second here. Let me just punch myself in the face. Right. What's up? Party on.
There we go.
We haven't talked for a podcast in forever. Oh my God. Rock and roll.
So Jeremy.
So Chris.
What has been going on?
I don't know. The Oscars are on right now.
I know, which I'm not gonna lie. I'm missing not only Oscars to talk to you, but actually I think it's just pre-show.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't really give a shit about the Oscars, so I'm not really paying attention. But I'm just tweets coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. Sure, I want to see who wins, whatever, just because I know it's going to be a topic of discussion, but I mean, I don't really give a crap about Ellen hosting. It's like it's.
Yeah, it's a host. They stand there and make stupid jokes, and then people win shit. I never got the big thing about, who's hosting the Oscars. Like, the host really is there for the first, 10 minutes to set the tone.
Right.
And it's just random parade of celebrities they bring out to, say, cue cards and whatever.
Well, yeah, that you just defined an award show. Congrats.
Yep.
But, no, so it's just, damn it, what was I going to say?
Something about award shows?
Nah, it wasn't about award shows. Hey, Jeremy, so what's going on? No, I literally forgot what I was going to talk about.
Something to do with awards or shit?
No, it had nothing to do with the Oscars.
Then how did you get there?
I know. Well, because you brought it up.
What did I bring up?
Yeah, you're like, oh, well, the Oscars are happening right now.
Oh, yeah.
So it was your fault, no matter what. No. So we got stuff we got to talk about.
Okay, let's drop the. Are you gonna have a reckoning? I listened to Johnny's podcast, and you're like, I have a beef with you.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if it comes up.
What do you want?
No. Okay, I got a beef with you, Jeremy.
Okay, cool. Is it sauteed beef or ground beef?
It's like a real beef. It's Alberta beef.
Oh, I like it.
No, so
beef. Yeah.
What was one of the things we bonded over?
We bonded over many things. You're casting a wide net here.
I mean, I can sum up our relationship in one word.
Awesome.
No.
I feel like we've bonded over many things though.
No. There's one. Okay, for the people at home, Jeremy and I have a internet relationship.
We do.
Where we became friends online due to the fact that we had to work with each other.
Yes.
So we kind of had to become friends that way.
Worked out well.
Yeah, no, it did. It worked out well. The one thing that when I first met Jeremy was because since he was very different than myself, I just thought he knew everything, and so I would try to see what similarities we had.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And well, I don't know because I didn't know you, so I thought, oh, this guy knows everything.
I don't.
Which I learned that you don't, so it's fine now.
I have that air of pretending I do, though.
Right. It's your voice. It's your voice, which you're listening to right now and not liking.
No, I hate it.
No, but one of the things we really bonded with was a little show called.
Is it Clone High?
Well, I mean that's one of the shows, but it's still running right now.
Okay, now I'm really confused.
Really? This actually makes me very sad.
Really?
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is chicken fingers.
Oh, Community. Yeah.
There we go. Jeez.
Here's the thing, Chris, is that we have bonded over so many things, and over the course of those who don't know, and you probably already talked about this in my intro, is that the podcast for a really long time.
Yeah.
We've discussed a lot of shows.
But how much of that was community based?
A lot of it.
And whenever a new episode was over, who would message me doing a recap of the show?
That was probably me.
And therefore, is it ridiculous of me to think that community would be a big part of our relationship?
No, not at all.
So my beef is we haven't talked about community in probably 2 years now.
Yeah, no, we haven't. Have we? I mean, we chatted like a week or two ago. We kind of touched on it briefly, but I mean, let's be honest. The last time we did a podcast was before the 4th season. So we haven't discussed that whole year.
Right.
And the 5th season just started, so.
Yeah. Okay. And so we got some community making up to do.
Let's make up some community. All right. Hit me with your best shot as Pat Benatar would say.
Who's that?
That's the 80s.
Nice.
I think this is how people think I know shit, is that I pull out really random references. Like, I don't actually know things, I just know random things.
Mm-hmm.
So pull out random references like Pat Benatar. People are like, what? And they're like, you know shit. I'm like, I don't. I just know stupid shit.
Right, like Knee Socks Jones.
Yeah, totally.
There we go. See, I can do it too.
I love it. That's the way to do it. That's my philosophy on life. Before we get into Community,
Yeah.
I was at a grocery store like 2 nights ago, and this has happened with this one cashier who I always see there, and I always go up to the counter because I always playing old music, and it always ends up that I just like regale her with like the history of that song that's playing at the time. Like,
now, why is that?
Because I'm trying to make conversation, because it's like 2 a.m. There's no one in the store, so like the other night I walked up and they were playing "I'm All Right" by Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
So just like dancing, and I'm like, I can't listen to the song without thinking of that damn gopher. And she kind of, I'm like, okay, here's the history of Caddyshack.
And
now,
know? Okay,
and she's
so
like, oh yeah, I kind of remind you of this trap. Yeah, I was like, what? Anyway.
did she indulge you, or did she just say, "Oh, that's nice"?
She was interested. We've had quite a few conversations.
Oh, so this is a regular person.
Oh, a regular person, yeah. Definitely.
Oh, okay, well, that's fine. I thought it was just a random person.
Yeah, but it started when she was random.
Right, but the thing is that it's consistent with her, though.
Is
it a her or he? He, her.
Her.
Her, he. Furby.
He.
Herbie, fully loaded.
She is a Volkswagen car.
She leaks everywhere.
Oh, ho, ho.
Oh, that's horrible.
In the butt.
Anyway, so yeah, that's yeah. So yeah, Jeremy.
Okay, so Community.
Anyway, yes, Community. So we just haven't talked about it in a while. I will go on record by saying the 4th season.
Yes.
Okay.
Wasn't amazing.
It wasn't amazing. It was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a lot of cool stuff, which I appreciated. You know, there was like, it was just okay.
Yeah.
I think what made it interesting was when Chevy Chase quit and they tried to they got a fill in.
Yes.
That made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. What did you think of the 4th season?
I didn't hate it as much as a lot of people did.
Right.
I'm pretty close to where you are.
Yeah.
It was all right. To me, it was like, it was good. It was just missing that Dan Harmon magic, which was so obvious. And when season 5 came back, it was just a little bit quicker. The jokes were a little tighter.
Mm-hmm.
The references were better. You know, it was essentially trying to be that show.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really good knockoff, you know?
Yeah.
But it was weird because it was like actually the show. But yeah, I mean, like, there's some episodes that people just hated, like the puppet episode. People hated that. I thought it wasn't bad. Interestingly enough, the 4th episode of this season or the 5th season did pretty much the exact same concept of them kind of going through all their darkest secrets, but it did it on a whole way better level, you know?
Which one was the 4th episode?
That was the one. Are we going in the spoiler territory for people here or not?
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I've seen every episode. I don't care.
It's the one where they're all in the study room with Chevy's will or Pierce.
That's right. Okay, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like tearing them apart and they're all the secrets and stuff. It was exactly the same kind of plot as the puppet episode where they were having that crazy trip.
Yeah.
And Sarah Bareilles was in it. And which there were some funny moments in it, but it just wasn't to that quality, you know. And you can tell just like, okay, well, we had this big like concept episode with puppets and songs and all that kind of stuff, which wasn't bad, but they were able to do the exact same concept way better, way more emotional, way funnier with just them all sitting around in a room as a bottle episode. But a very significant bottle episode where, you know, you're reading the will of one of your main characters because they're dead and setting up the departure of one of your other main characters.
Right.
So, yeah, no, it just, like, I didn't hate the 4th season. I didn't, like, as some people did, but it just wasn't to to the level of Community. And I'm so glad that Dan Harmon's back, because as soon as you like hit that second episode, and then you hit the David Fincher episode in episode 3, you could just tell the ass crack bandit. They're just on another level of quality, and it's just it's too bad that there was that year, but also it's kind of neat to see. Looking back, people will be able to see just how much one writer can influence a show, because they had a lot of same behind-the-scenes writers. They had the same crew. They had the same cast. They had the same locations. And they had the same kind of tone. But just to see how much a showrunner, especially with comedy, can affect a show, like season 4 and 5 of Community is a great example of that.
I've already cried twice in season 5. And that is when they're reading off Pierce's will.
Yes.
And what he really thinks about the people, and then he gives them semen.
Just the fact that the perfect semen. The fact that to perfectly capture Pierce's voice through another character, having Walton Goggins come in and read that stuff. But you read that he's reading that stuff in a deadpan tone, but it's Pierce's character.
Right.
Like that's say like, oh, well, Pierce is kind of a one-dimensional character. He is, but he's so well fleshed out in the 4 seasons that you could have another character come in, read off stuff, and you would immediately know that that's coming from him, which I thought was amazing. And yeah, I didn't cry at that point, but I cried at the next one, which I'm assuming is the second one you have, which was the homing pigeons.
Which one was that one again?
When Troy's leaving and he says goodbye to Abed, and Abed goes, I infused your clone with homing pigeons, so you might have a strong desire to come home.
Okay, yeah, I did cry. I was happy though that Donald Glover fucked off.
Really?
Yeah, fuck him. He's not funny on Twitter anymore.
No, he's pretty serious on.
Yeah, I don't get what the hell happened. He just went serious. Rapping just wrapped his brain.
Yeah,
it's wriggling my brain.
He kind of left the comedy a bit.
Yeah.
We're in the first 3 episodes of season 5. You're kind of like, something's different here.
Yeah.
He wasn't up to his crazy, funny shenanigans, but he was really good in episode 4 and really good in episode 5.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was, well, I think he was funnier in the beginning of the season, the season 5 than in all of season 4.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was just, except the one where the episode I liked of season 4 was the one where they're doing everyone's origin story.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was a funny episode.
Yeah, I always have a problem with the idea of going of the prequel. Mm-hmm. You kind of ruining it kind of ruined the idea that these people just happen to come together this study hall.
Well, see, I'm talking about a joke wise.
Yeah, joke-wise, I guess. But I don't know. I was kind of too focused on the. I don't really like the whole prequel thing.
Well, you're anti-prequels in general, though.
I am. So, I don't think people need to. I mean, unless it's really well done, it shouldn't be done.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so, all right, so the one prequel that really blows my mind is the Prometheus.
Ugh.
It just amazes me the fact that they took a monster movie that was just about aliens that killed people and just related it to God.
Yep.
And that's just it's completely uncalled for. But it just makes me laugh. It's like, what if they took the most obscure movie, like, I don't know, I'm wasting time to think of a movie. I don't know. Pick a movie.
Like Mike.
Okay, so I didn't hear you cut out. So they took Like Mike, and they actually made a Lil Bow Wow, the Jesus's son. Jesus has a son. He knocks up this lady. It pops out Lil Bow Wow because naturally he would, and now he's not only is he beating people on the courts, but he's doing Hail Marys.
As the son of Jesus would.
Yes. Now, if the producers of Like Mike are listening, I want to see that happen. I want to see not only that storyline, but you get Lil Romeo, you get Jonathan McNicky, you get Was Michael Jordan in the movie? I never saw it. Was he in it?
I have no idea. I never saw it.
His name was in the title, so I'm assuming he was in it at some point at a cameo, or he was with Looney Tunes. But it's okay. Here's what we're gonna do, Jeremy.
Yeah,
we're gonna take the most obscure movie where there's no point for it to be being a movie. Yeah, we're gonna make it have an awesome backstory.
Okay.
So, like, we're gonna make it to where, let's say, like Forrest Gump.
Yes, but that was a good movie.
I know, but I want to mess with his origins, even though we saw his origins.
It's true. We don't know who his dad is.
Exactly. His dad is an angel fighter.
His dad is Paul Bettany from Legion.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He's an angel fighter, and Tyrese is there because he's there.
Tyrese is everywhere. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because he's black and he can't act, so he needs to be there.
Yeah.
But I think we got a good idea going on.
I like it. And Lieutenant Dan's father is actually Private Ryan from Saving Private Ryan.
Yes. And when he lost his legs, there was actually, like, there were genie lamps. And then when they cut off his legs, he released Christina Aguilera into the ether. And then you got to rub her the right way. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you always got to rub Christina the right way.
Yeah, or else she'll have his see fit. See, I think this movie has, no pun intended, it's got legs.
Oh, that hurt me a little bit in my soul.
That's going in, by the way.
Good. It better. Actually, interesting. Have you watched the Hannibal show at all?
I love Hannibal.
Yeah. Okay. I binge watched the first season like last fall, and I just watched the first episode of the second season.
Okay, now don't spoil the first episode because I haven't seen it.
Okay, I won't say anything. All I can say is that show is gorgeous. Like, I'm not a horror fan at all, but that show is beautifully made.
No, yeah, it's a good looking show.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like the production design of everything, like, and Will's like freaking out and envisioning Hannibal as like the weird all black thing with the antlers. That's freaking terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've never told anybody that I actually really enjoy Hannibal.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's not I don't know why I keep it a secret, but no one's ever been like, "Hey, Chris, do you like Hannibal?" The show.
Again.
So.
Look at us, we're bonding again.
We're bonding over Hannibal.
We bond over NBC series.
We do. Well, that's the only channel I watch.
Yeah. Yeah, no, interesting though, like, because I've seen Silence of the Lambs a long time ago. I barely remember it. Didn't really give a shit for it. I don't think I ever saw any of the other ones. But the reason why I thought of that was because in prequel, like the idea that the Hannibal series takes place before the events of the first book. So I never read the books or anything, so I've only gained this from Wikipedia. But
what's a book?
Oh, it's a piece of paper.
I don't like it. I don't like it already.
But in the first book, it's like Will Graham goes to find Lecter, who's already in prison. And at the end, they randomly offhand mention the first case they first met on. And so when Brian Fuller, who I did not expect to make Hannibal because he made like Pushing Daisies and Wonderfalls and all these really fun kind of fantasy shows, and also worked on Star Trek, which is cool. But he decided that he was going to make like the first seasons that story that actually wasn't told in the book. And I was reading an interview with him, and he's like, the plan is for the last 7 years. The first 3 seasons are all original, leading up to season 4, which is would be Red Dragon. Season 5 is Silence of the Lambs. Then season 6 would be Hannibal, the book of Hannibal, and then season 7 would be an original story again to wrap everything up.
Okay, let's be honest. This show's not making it till 8 seasons. Don't give me none of that.
7 seasons. Well, the first season. If in that same interview, they're talking how the ratings weren't great, but apparently Brian Fuller was saying that NBC really likes that they have a critical darling because they don't have any other shows that have like high critical acclaim.
Yeah, like Community.
Yeah, like for like as far as like a drama goes,
Oh,
like
got drama. Gotcha.
compete for like Emmys and Globes and production designs and all that. That's getting all that critical acclaim.
Hmm.
Because everything's going to like HBO and Netflix and AMC now, right?
Right, right.
So Netflix loves the idea that they have this kind of like arty show. So if they're only doing 13 episode seasons and they do them at mid-season, it could potentially go for 7 seasons. But that kind of like in my soul that hurt when I read that because I'm like, I'm gonna be in my 30s when this wraps out. Like I just did the math. Like even if I just only like commit like a day per year just to watch this show and binge watch when seasons are over, I'm still like, it's gonna wrap up when I'm 32.
Right.
Like that freaked me out. Like I had a mild panic attack when I thought of that.
Wow. See, and this is the true definition of Jeremy Klassen.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like that stuff. Like thinking about that. Like I just How I Met Your Mother is wrapping up, right?
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, 9 years.
Yeah.
And like you think, okay, yeah, it's been on for a while. And then I think back, like I remember watching the first episode of that in my first year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
That was the show that I started watching. Like I just started high school, everything was new, and I said I'm gonna start a new series, and I started watching How I Met Your Mother the month I started high school, and now I've been out of high school for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like time passage freaks me out. But anyway,
Nah, that doesn't. I mean, if anything, it was The Office for me, but it doesn't freak me out.
yeah, I don't know, it freaks me out. But the reason again why I brought up Hannibal is because they're doing the first 3 years is people they don't know, but the guy who I forget who Thomas something who actually wrote the Hannibal books, he did his Hannibal Rising, where he wrote a book about the prequel. And I remember I never saw that when it came out, but I just remember they're like they try to explain why Hannibal is as evil as he is. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, because he had a sister who he loved, and his sister was taken off by cannibals and eaten by cannibals.
No.
Or crazy some shit like that, and scarred him because of course he had trauma. And I'm like, I didn't even like the Hannibal character before, and I don't know, I just felt like that ruined it. Like when you have to explain, like, because then it becomes relatable. Like, okay, no, I understand why he's crazy and cannibalistic and all that stuff now because he went through a horrible experience. Mm-hmm. But instead of taking out the joy of just this is this evil, crazy dude who eats people, and the idea of adding that backstory, he didn't add anything, and if anything, it detracts from that character to me, and so that's why I don't like prequels.
What's going on? You're going to the UK. How's that going?
Oh, good. I just handed in my notice to my landlords the other day, which was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Still gotta get my actual visa. That'll be fun.
Okay.
We'll find out if I actually until I've already moved out of the province.
Yeah, I don't know. I was about to say it'd be funny if you left your place and you didn't get into the UK, and then as I was thinking that, I was like, well, that's not that funny.
No.
Yeah. But what if in an alternate universe it was funny?
Oh, then it would be so funny.
There we go.
Yeah, no, the plan is that if it comes to pass that I don't get the visa, then I'll just like screw off to Toronto or something. Or Vancouver.
Yeah, go screw off.
Yeah, just start something else, start something new. It's the time for that. But yeah, no, hopefully I get the UK thing. I found out there's a couple cool opportunities available to me, so I'm going to try for some of that.
There you go.
And yeah, go see what's happening over there and have some fun in the UK. Because I can. Because you can't. Because you're an American.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, you asshole.
No problem. I just want to point this out.
And now everyone knows why Jeremy's an asshole.
Yeah. American?
Because what?
You find it funny whenever you come visit. Every time Chris comes visit, I always point out to everybody that he's an American.
Which I don't get. It's such an asshole, douchey thing to do. Nobody does it but you. I don't get it.
Well, you know why? It's because like with the dancing gopher thing in Caddyshack, I like to start little conversations with people. And when I'm with you and you're an American, that's the easiest thing to start a conversation about. It's like, oh yeah, he's visiting from the States, and people are like, oh yeah, interesting, and start a conversation.
Yeah, but then they go, where are you from? I say Oregon, and then that's when it stops.
Yeah, that's
because nobody knows where Oregon is.
That's true. Nobody does.
Now that I unfortunately live in Texas, now people are going to think I'm a stupid Texan. No offense, Texas. But it pissed me off because I was visiting my friend in Madison.
Mhm.
And I think I've told you this, but I haven't told the podcast this. And we were visiting him and his friends, and they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I go, I live in Texas." I didn't tell him where I was from. I just told him I just live in Texas now, but I don't say I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, and you're the guy who went to film school, right?" And I go, "Yeah, I went to film school." Oh, imagine that, a Texan going to Canada. That's weird. And the way she said it really pissed me off.
I can understand that.
Because it's like, what? Who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah.
And so whenever I see her face, I'm immediately enraged by that dumb comment.
That is allowed, I will say.
And that the one thing I tried to run away from my entire life ended up smacking me right back in the face.
Herpes?
I guess a type of it, yeah. Texies. Testes. No, I don't know. Look, I know most people are proud to be Texans. I get it. It's fine. Go Texas, white power, whatever. It's I don't know. I've just never felt like Texas was my home, and I still don't. My cousin asked me, "Hey, how's Texas? How's San Antonio treating you?" And I just stared at her and I said, "It's not." And that was the end of that conversation.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it's just like, I'm tired of just saying Texas is awesome.
I don't know what it is, but it is a weird thing of where people identify home as. I know, like, because I'm from Calgary.
Right.
Moved out to Victoria like 4.5 years ago. So I've been living in Victoria for 4 years. Mm-hmm. Remember, what was it? 2-3 years ago, I was on a road trip with Bobcat, and we were driving through BC. Mm-hmm. Bobcat also is from Calgary, and he lives out in Vancouver. And some lady asked us in Banff, like, "Oh, so where are you guys from?" And Bobcat's like, "Oh, I'm from Vancouver." And I don't know, there was something weird about that to me. I was just like, someone asked me where I'm from. I'm like, "Oh, Calgary originally."
Right.
Like, I live in Victoria right now, but I'm from Calgary. Like, I was there for, 18 and a half years. It's kind of like what, and I'm not saying that like it matters where you spend those 18 and a half years. It just matters where you feel like you're from.
Right.
You identify you're from. And I never identified as being from Victoria, even though I've lived here for 4.5 years.
Right.
And Bobcat, like when he moved to Kelowna, after this, I was with him, someone asked where he's from. He's like, "Oh, from Kelowna." And I'm like, "No, you're not."
Well, okay, let's be honest. Bobcat is
he's a travel cat.
He's a travel cat, and he's property of the world.
That's true. Nobody can own him.
Yeah, no. If you were to move somewhere like to Afghanistan, "Hey, where are you from?" "I'm from Afghanistan."
Yeah.
Like, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
And while he's rubbing his belly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. "Oh, you're from Afghanistan. Ate a nice taco. Cheesy times."
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
So, I'm going to wrap this up.
Okay, because conversation.
Because, now it's just getting boring.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I was just looking at who won Oscars, so I wasn't paying attention to you.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not you, just in general.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna say goodbye to people, or are you just gonna cut me off?
No, I'm gonna say bye to people.
Say goodbye to people. Then.
No. I what I do is I usually do my. So Jeremy.
So Chris.
Unfortunately, we've talked a lot.
Yes.
About stuff. We've caught up.
We have.
Not as much, but we're like, what would you say, 25% caught up?
I'd say 23.7.
Okay, I like those odds. I like it because you had to one up me, and I like that.
Had to add a decimal.
Yep, of course. The good decimal Klassen, that's what we call you.
Yep.
All right. But unfortunately, now's the time where we just have to stop talking, and you need to go watch JCVD.
JCVD, it's on the list.
There you go. So you're gonna go watch it. But thanks for chatting, Monkey My Soup.
It was a pleasure to be on your new amazing show, Chris.
Yes.
And I'm glad you are continuing on in the podcasting realm after the aforementioned death of a monkey in my soup.
I see. When people ask me, I still don't think it's dead. You guys just got busy.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be difficult when I'm in a different country.
No, it's not. It's the same. It just means that I accommodate your time slot, which I always did anyway.
That's true.
See,
So
there you go.
do it in the afternoon instead because I'll be way far ahead now.
Yeah. But no,
whatever.
I don't know. I always feel like it could come back when you guys want it to come back.
I often think about that, like doing more episodes because I think it's fun, especially just because goddamn you get Johnny on the phone and it's just a laugh right a minute.
Right. Well, see, okay, so that's what I'm saying is Monkey My Soup revolves like I'd be up for doing it, but it's all about you and Johnny. It's always been about you and Johnny.
Yeah, I feel like Johnny infused so much from when it was just us talking about like random shit.
Right.
Then Johnny came on and us laughed nonstop about putting penises in his face.
Which he likes.
I don't think it works without all three of us.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Johnny was a perfect addition.
He was. Yeah, no, I mean, I still pay every month for the hosting.
So see, it's still alive.
Every month I get this bill for $5 and I'm like, oh shit, right.
It's still alive.
Still alive.
But yeah, so yeah, but we'll talk more one day when I really need guests. I'll get you and Johnny, and we'll Monkey My Soup it on this one.
Well, I'm glad to see you're getting so many like wide variety of guests on the show. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just felt like I had to do something.
Yeah,
I had to do something with my life.
But I've listened to a bunch of them, and they're really entertaining to me. So,
oh, thank you. I appreciate it, and everybody should follow Jeremy on Twitter.
Yeah, because I'll make comedy at you.
Not only at you, but in you, all up in it.
Yeah, and over you, outside you, whatever.
There we go. But you go have fun.
All right, Chris.
And you take it easy, okay?
Take it easy. Goodbye, audience.
Goodbye. Why are you acknowledging the audience? It's so weird.
Because I want to.
Nobody ever acknowledges them.
But I want to say hi to them. Like, I want to know they're feeling good. Like, hey, audience. What's up?
Now they're not feeling good because they feel weird because you're having a one-sided conversation. It's awkward now. You made things awkward. Welcome to Awkward Cast with Jeremy Klassen.
You're a great audience. Day. And I want to give you a hug. Is that weird?
I mean,
podcast hug.
Depends. When you hug, do you like grab the ass and lift up?
Depends on the person.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not above it.
Okay.
Below it.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll give a 2 patter on the back. Sometimes just a 1 patter. Depends.
So sometimes a no patter.
No patter. You can't do a no patter. That's just rude.
Yeah, there we go.
The triple patter is reserved for like VIP though. So
okay, yeah, I could see Johnny being VIP status.
Yeah,
and maybe your sister, and that's it.
It's a short list, that is for sure.
There you go.
For sure.
There you go.
Right.
Maybe Patricia's on that list.
It's conversation.
But anyway, you take it easy, okay? I was going to say Johnny. Okay, Jeremy?
All right, Chris. See you later.
And Johnny, you take it easy. All right. Later, dude.
Later, Ben.
Hey guys, just a quick reminder, you can always catch up with these episodes on castingfor2.com. You can also follow me at Twitter at castingfor2 or send me an email at castingfor2@gmail.com.